Welcome to another episode of the Courtside Takeover Podcast. I told y'all I was gonna hit y'all with a little R&B, man. That was Her Closer to Me, man. That's one of my songs. I like that one. I'm real versatile with the music. I said we weren't just gonna give y'all a rap, but we're gonna get started. I'm Diz.
What it do? It's your boy Dwight.
And we here, man, another episode of the weekly podcast when we just talk to y'all about anything from WNBA to the NBA to the world of sports. We got a special guest with us, man, coach of the Princeton Vikings. We got Darrell Black. What's up, coach?
Hey, what's up with it, man? How y'all doing?
Man, we all right, man. We just here to have a little fun, talk about who's, man. I see the game last night. What y'all think? Let me get some thoughts on the game. Big performance by Giannis.
I think it was good that Giannis did that for the youth, man, because right now you got everybody want to be Steph Curry. You know, all the kids want to grow up shooting threes. You got you got kids on your team that can get 40 points in the paint, but they get tired of scoring that way, and now they want to go out and shoot threes and stuff. So I think when you see a dude at the top of the game like Giannis getting points all in the paint, it's going to change the game that some of these kids play, especially those bigger guys.
Man.
That's a good way to look at it.
Go ahead, because the big guys, man, there's a lot of them that really could get 50 around the rim these days, and they love to go step out and shoot threes and don't post up half the time instead of scoring the easy way at any given spot.
Now let me ask y'all this. This might be a hot take. Is Giannis the most decorated player at the age of 26?
He might be. I ain't did my research all the way on that, but he might be. But I think it's it's debatable on how he got some of that stuff. A lot of people argue about some of those MVPs and that Defensive Player of the Year. Man. So I think that's up for debate. But I think he might be. But I haven't looked into it all the way. So I think he might be. The real question is, will he be the most decorated player at 30?
Right.
That's a good question. So we got all this at the age of 26. I'm going to just give y'all a couple numbers. 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, 4-time All-Defense, 2-time MVP, 1-time Defensive Player of the Year, NBA Finals MVP, NBA champion, all at the age of 26.
Yeah, them all great stats for him to have, man. But listen, I'm going to say this. He won't. I don't think he's going to win another one no time soon. I ain't going to lie. I don't see it.
Me either, honestly, because I think this finals was really like injury riddled. A lot of people argue about Brooklyn being hurt. A lot of people argue about the Lakers being hurt. A lot of people argue about just Chris Paul, him dropping a lot of threes. I think I seen you tweet something about that the other day. Chris Paul real dropping a lot of these 3-2 leads, a lot of these 2-0 leads. Like,
man.
So I think they play a big part in all this.
It's over for him, man. I don't want to hear no more of that point guard stuff and all that. You got to deliver in the big moments, man. And I know he getting up there in age, but his game don't require much a physical toll on the body outside of being in shape, and running the show. So it really ain't no excuse to why he couldn't deliver if he did it in the regular season. He was in the MVP conversation. Right. It was at one point it was the MVP conversation. And he had a couple big games in the playoffs, but in the finals, you got to deliver. And they got that 2-0 lead. They was talking about 2 games down, 2 more to go. He got to go and deliver, man. You can't get backdoor sweat. They got backdoor sweat.
Pretty much. Really though. Like Aiden in the locker room, they all dancing and stuff. Like, man, y'all ain't finished the job, man. Y'all was satisfied winning 2 games, and then what after that? Y'all folded, tucked y'all tail.
Yeah, it's gonna
hey, it's crazy, man. Is that at one point you was wondering if it was gonna be a sweep in this series.
Yeah.
And at one point they was talking about Devin Booker was compared to Kobe and DeAndre Ayton was the dominant big man. You forgot DeAndre Ayton was even playing basketball. And he had credited a lot of his success. He credited a lot of his success to Chris Paul, saying that he never had a guy like that to help his game. But in the last 4 games, he was non-existent. And a lot of that was due to Chris Paul too.
Facts. Agree.
What's really so crazy though, man? I kept trying to tell people this though, man. I say, watch this. I say the Bucks really got the Suns number. They all Giannis got to do is stop trying to shoot and just go body Ayton. You get Ayton in foul trouble. Who's stepping up? Kaminsky? You telling me Kaminsky gonna be guarding Giannis? Trying to stop him, man.
Hey, White. What was crazy was they was talking about how dominant of a big man DeAndre Ayton was. He was only doing pick and rolls, catching lobs, and
That's
getting wide
it.
open layups. He wasn't catching it in the post, taking you to Hakeem world and nothing like that.
That's it.
So I was wondering why people was jumping the gun. He was basically Clint Capella on steroids. That was pretty much it.
That's really what he is.
That's so true. Hey, that's so true. Now, with that being said, you know, it's going to be a lot of movement. What do y'all think what's next for Chris Paul? Because I think he got a player option this year. He might be a free agent, but I think he got a player option now. I'm wondering what's next for Chris Paul. Y'all think he go continue pick back up that Phoenix contract or
I think he out of there, but I think it's twofold. I think it's one, Phoenix won't even out of there because they see like, you know, they got the formula now. They just got to find a point guard that can deliver. Campaign did a pretty good job.
He really did.
So if you lose Chris Paul, that's a big contract that's coming out. So now you're in the free agency. Maybe you go get a dude that's similar to Drew Holiday. You know, Drew Holiday played a tough role this season. Right. He had some ups and downs, but he played defense. Chris Paul couldn't even play defense in the fourth quarter, in the second half of some of those games. They was taking him and putting him on PJ Tucker.
Now,
so I think for Chris Paul, he knows it ain't gonna work, bro, because he know they ain't going back. That Phoenix team, the way this can't go back to the finals, and Chris Paul don't have time. So I think it's twofold. I think he want to get out, and I think they want him out.
I ain't gonna lie, I agree with that because I don't see his clock winding down for sure. He got to try and go somewhere and win a ring again next year, man. He can't. It ain't no way he could go back to Phoenix because Phoenix ain't gonna be back there. It ain't no way, man.
I don't think so either. At all. I don't think so. But I can say I was kind of happy for Giannis seeing somebody else different win and not seeing the same teams win. It was good to see Drew Holiday get a ring, players like that. And I like the way Giannis went about it too, man. He's still airballing free throws, airballing 3-point, most humblest guy. Like I just like the way Giannis went about it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I love Giannis, man. That's why this year I really didn't care who won the finals because as long as Bron ain't playing and losing in the finals, I'm cool. You feel? But now I love Giannis just because the type of guy he is. Like he a humble dude. He joke around, have fun. Like he a cool guy. And I love him winning because his little brother won one last year. So now all three of them got a ring. You know, that's incredible. Like so another thing I'm looking at though in the Bucks offseason, do they re-sign the other Giannis brother? And I say this. I say this though. He better go on over there to Greece with the other brother.
Hey, White, it's slow, bro.
Real.
Keep big bro that payroll.
Hey man, they better send that boy over there to Greece.
Hey, bro, he ain't no worse than Jared Dudley sitting on the bench.
Yeah,
he's
right. Hey, you right about that because he could at least come in and box somebody out.
Yeah,
man. Jared Dudley.
That Bucks team was special, bro. Everybody got a story on that team. Like even Drew Holiday, you know, he took a year off of basketball, bro. His wife got a tumor in her head. And then like Giannis' whole story about being homeless and having starving every day, like that's the PJ Tucker being overseas out of the league.
Yeah.
Like you hear me? Everybody got a story. Even Bobby Portis, you know, he was out of the league. He broke dude's jaw. Like so that team was full of misfit guys, pretty much, bro. That just wanted to play hard, bro.
Man,
you know, so you got to appreciate them. So that's why I wanted the Suns to win at the beginning, but as it went on, I switched over and I wanted the Bucks to win just because of the story.
Yeah. After the Bucks beat the Nets, man, I wanted them to go ahead and finish it, man. It was only right. It was their year.
Speaking of storylines, it's been a lot going on with that Team USA team, man. So they left Wednesday morning at 8:00. What's today? Oh, they left yesterday morning. My bad. Today's Wednesday. When y'all hear this, it'll be Friday. So yeah, they left Wednesday morning at 8:00. They only took 7 players over with them. The rest of the team stayed back in the States. There's a lot of people over there got COVID protocol. They just added Keldon Johnson and JaVale McGee to the team. I don't get why you added a backup center to the team. I thought they should have went with somebody different, but I like JaVale McGee. He give you good minutes. But what's your thoughts on this Team USA new team and the adjustments they making with the roster and just how do y'all think they're gonna do?
Hey man, listen. I told you, Dez. I told you they was gonna go get JaVale.
Yeah, you hit it on the money.
JaVale, the perfect big man. Look, JaVale gonna go 10 all day over there, man. they gonna win with JaVale. He play his role, man. He one of them vets that play his role, man. He older, but that's good for that team because the team's so young. And I honestly think USA still wins gold. Honestly, adding Booker, Middleton, and Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
they gonna win gold with that team. That's a great team.
Yeah. Do they got any spots left?
Nah, they gave the last. Levine just got cleared of protocol, and then they picked up Kelton with the other open spot.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of the Kelton Johns. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But
He did all right though.
I feel like Pop wanted to keep him because that's one of his Spurs guys for real, man. And he actually did play good though, man. In them exhibition games, he played real good. He picked up that pace for him. That he
played well, but to be honest, I don't think he's going to get no burn when it come down to Olympic play when they come to play. Because I think Team USA still gonna struggle at the rim because they have no big. I think I seen a couple games with Kevin Durant and Draymond Green was playing the five. It's crazy because we started basketball over here in the States, and we used to always try to get people to play our game. Oh, we was big dominant. We was heavy on bigs. Now it's like Team USA trying to play the overseas game, the European game, and just trying to go small ball. Yeah. But it's like now they adapted to our game. I seen them still struggle with Spain they played Spain last Friday. I seen them still struggle with Spain with Marc Gasol and Paul Gasol in the high pick and roll and finishing at the rim. So I think Team USA gonna still have a problem. I don't think JaVale McGee solving those problems.
See, the only thing
I don't like. I really don't like Draymond Green on this team. Really, I just don't think you don't have the like these dudes ain't making those type of shots. You got Daniel KD. The other guys, they just want to create with the ball. Them dudes ain't running off screens, and I just don't think he's a good fit. In some of the games that he lost, he was scared to even shoot the ball. So I think he become a liability on the court. He got to play the five. That's it. Yeah. You can't have a big on the floor and him. He got to be your big because in the international game, those bigs they ain't posting up anyway, so he can guard those bigs or KD can guard those bigs. But if you got him on the floor trying to do that Golden State stuff, man, it ain't gonna work, bro.
Nah, I don't think so.
And see the thing about that game Friday was like you can't really take that. You can't take away from that game because they ain't had JaVale, and then Spain got both of the Gasol brothers. Man, they gonna kill the USA team because they ain't had no big that night. But see, when you put KD at the four, that make Paul or Mark had to guard KD, and then the other one got to run around with JaVale. JaVale active, and ain't no stopping KD. Neither one of the Gasol brothers gonna stop him. So if they was to see them again, I feel like that game would be a lot different.
Agreed. Yeah, I think Team USA gonna have to establish like, hey, KD is the best player. Get KD because right now it's kind of like Dame trying to be the man, KD trying to be the man, then Zach LaVine trying to make a name. Zach LaVine was shooting so many crazy shots one game, bro. Man. Crazy. So I think they gotta establish that first, and then they're gonna be all right once they get the order and rotation down.
It's just a brief update. Y'all know we cover all basketball. We got base fundamental up on Strive for Greatness 10-6. Game just started. But I think that's well said and well done. I'm just curious to see. I'm curious to see how they do tomorrow. I'm curious to see how they do today. Podcast come out Friday. Yeah, I'm curious to see how they do today in their first level of competition on like what's the adjustments gonna be made because it's gonna be terrible if they don't place at all or if they don't win gold with all these expectations.
I know they play France on the 25th to open up preliminary.
Gotcha.
So, but I ain't gonna lie. I think they'll make a run for that gold, man. It ain't no mystery, man. I ain't gonna lie. They'll get it together. That's how I really feel like all it is just that comfortability with each other for right now. That once they get the lineups together and stuff, I feel like that, man, it's a no-brainer, man. I ain't gonna lie. I love what they got. They ain't got too much, but they got enough.
Yeah, you say it's not no mystery and on Team USA. But...
Hey, Dad, I ain't gonna lie to you. I bet you if they don't get a gold this year, they blow everybody out by 100 the next time the Olympics come. We seen this happen before. They kind of giving me this team kind of giving me the 2014 vibes, man, with the young LeBron, Carmelo, and them, and they lost. And then they came back 2008, get everybody heads in. Best believe that. A lot of the big names injured or just didn't play this year. So you missing AD, man. That's the biggest name I think out there that you're missing.
Man,
because if he play, he changed everything.
Man, hey, they got AD. It's definitely a 30-point win.
I mean, I can't say it. I guess the biggest name missing is Steph Curry. But after that is AD.
Easy. Speaking of Steph Curry, free agency coming up, a lot of moving pieces. Now, so many free agents. Like I said, we're gonna have a little fun. So many free agents. I think probably the most person I'm just so curious to see what he gonna do is Lonzo Ball. I think he had a great year this year under the radar. He played a lot of off the ball with New Orleans because they had Zion playing at like point forward position. Lonzo 3-point percentage rolls. I think he shot like 39-40%. That's big from his first couple years in the league. So I'm really curious to see what Lonzo Ball going. I'm really curious to see his Dame Lillard go request a trade. So it's gonna be a lot of moving pieces this summer. I'm excited to see. So like Ben Simmons gonna be a big trade we covered last podcast. So it's a lot of trade scenarios that I think could go down the white real, which I think about.
Let me ask you this. So the Hornets supposed to be letting Jello try out or something, whatever.
Really?
Do you think Lonzo go to the Hornets? And
no way.
Make that happen? No. They don't make
that
happen.
Hey, I think it's possible, man. I think it's possible because
big baller brand, baby. I thought you was big baller brand, dude.
You know I mess with the big baller brand.
Yeah, big baller brand. But call your boy, man.
I think realistically, that'll never work because I think LaMelo is best at what he do. I think if you take LaMelo off the ball, I don't think he'll be effective as he is on the ball. I think he's good at playmaking. He good at getting to that bucket, throwing that lob to the big. I think Hornets good at where they at. I think they just need a big because I think Cody Zeller is not the answer. So I think if they could go out there and find him a big who can be mobile, don't need the ball to score, but can also score around the bucket, I think they'll be all right. But I don't think Cody Zeller the answer.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think the Hornets gonna be good, especially while I'm on Earth. I don't think it's possible.
I think the Hornets gonna be straight.
Hey, Dez, man. I think it's possible, bro. I think it's possible Lonzo and LiAngelo end up in Charlotte because LaMelo just said he switched his number so that Lonzo can have number 2 in Charlotte. I mean, and look at Charlotte's team, bro. It's a bunch of scrubs, bro. So why not take a chance that on something that might pay off? It might pay off, bro. Lonzo ain't no bum. And you put him and Melo together, then you got a good 1-2 punch. They could both play the 1 or the 2. And I don't know about Jello, but I'm sure if you got Lonzo and Melo on the team, you might as well get Jello a shot.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Possible. That's not bad. I didn't hear about that.
I ain't heard about that either. That's crazy. And I ain't gonna lie. If I'm the Hornets, man, I try anything at this point, man. So and at a sale ticket.
Hey, the worst case scenario is you end up with the number 1 pick.
Right.
Hey, now Chris Paul, New York trying to give him 3 years, $100 million. At the age of 36, I think that's a terrible contract. I think Chris Paul should just take the pay cut and sign with LA. Could be biased, who knows? But what y'all think about Chris Paul and the moves he may make this offseason?
I know it better not be to the Knicks. I know that much because if he go to the Knicks, he's done. He might as well retire after that 3 years.
Hey, White, what would you do? You trying to go get paid or you trying to win a ring?
Man, if I'm Chris Paul,
yeah.
Hey, man, listen, I got all the money I need. I'm going to LA, baby. And guess what, Real? He better hurry up because if he don't hurry up, Dame's on the way. Hey, look though, check this out though, bro. Say if you go to LA and there's a whole lot of injuries again next year, and then they don't win. So look, because if you go to LA, it's gonna be a 1-year contract. They're not giving him nothing more than 1 year. No. So then if you do that 1-year contract with LA and they don't win the championship, his next contract gonna be something so short
He gonna be playing for anybody. So if you think about it, at least New York was a playoff team. And if you go there, you get 100. Now you set. You just got to get some other assets around you. Think about it, bro. It's about your longevity.
See, and I feel like the Knicks still got Robinson, don't they?
Yeah.
So really, all they need is like a solid 2 and a 3 for real.
Yeah. Unless you bet your money on RJ Barrett, just taking off.
I think RJ gone.
I wasn't a big fan of the Tom Thibodeau pick. I thought he was too old school. I thought he was too rigid. I remember when.
Hey, Dez. Let me stop.
He got them boys to play hard.
Hey, look though. That's why Chris Paul should go there. Because Tom Thibodeau gonna run you to the ground, bro. You playing 40 minutes.
But D Rose still there though.
Yeah, but D Rose just trying to be somewhere where he's relevant, bro. Chris Paul trying to preserve himself and have longevity. It's gonna be he gonna have to retire in 2 years in New York, bro.
Man,
that's so
and he ain't a good enough defender to play for Tom Thibodeau though, for real. Not no more.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Another player I've been watching that's been on my radar. They say I was just reading an article that they looking for a trade for him. They say he's not planning on staying in Oklahoma City. What's up with Kemba Walker?
Between me and y'all, I think Kemba's dumped out done, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even see him being at OKC long at all. Because why take Kemba when we got young Shai Gilgeous, you feel me? And it ain't like that Chris Paul situation where Shai really learned that. I'm keeping my young team and getting rid of Kemba, man. That contract big. I get rid of Kemba, I could bring in some other assets to go with my younger guys.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't been a big fan of Kemba since he broke dude's ankles in the gardens, man. When he was time, man. I think Kemba got to find a team. He got to take a pay cut, bro, and just be a backup. If he a backup, he in a good spot. But if
whoa, that's a hot take, real. That's a hot take,
bro. He gonna have to be he got to be if he a backup, bro. He play that 6-man role. He gonna be solid on the champion level team, but him being the man on the team ain't never gonna be good enough, bro. He had a peak year like the Isaiah Thomas type of stuff. He had a peak year. People freaked out, jumped on his bandwagon, and he fell off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hot take, man. He make $100 million, man. You know, a lot of players with this pride and ego, man, they ain't gonna take coming off the bench too fun and well.
Man, listen, I feel like sometimes you gotta be a realistic adult about some of that stuff, like. And that be some guys' problem. They don't want to be realistic with themselves, man. Take that pay cut, man. You got a nice amount of money, man, already. You feel me? Take that pay cut. Go try and be on the championship contender, man.
He's not. It's multiple free agents this offseason, as y'all can see. We covering a lot of different people, but somebody that's been on my radar for a lot that's might not big. I grew up on this guy, so I'm really curious to see what he gonna do. Carmelo Anthony. What do y'all think? What's next for Melo? A lot of people say he waiting to see what Dame do. A lot of people say that he could go to LA with LeBron. He could do a lot of different stuff. Or do y'all think Carmelo is still wanted in the NBA? What's y'all feelings about Carmelo and what's next for him?
It's slow for him, White. It's slow, man. Look, his girl done divorced him, man. He going through it. His game is the same. I think he should go to a contender though and just come off the bench and remember for a minute that was his argument where he didn't want to come off the bench. So a lot of teams kind of backed away from him. But now in Portland he kind of accepted that role. So I think he need to go to a contender, come off the bench because he's still a heck of an isolation player. So coming off the bench, you got somebody like Melo, bro, he's gonna be straight.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. If Melo leave Portland, whoever get Melo and they could get him to come off the bench, I feel like, yeah, that's a pretty good team, man. Especially like if he could go somewhere like LA, either to the Lakers or the Clippers. I feel like them would be two good landing spots for him. I feel like
he had to be. If you go to LA, he had to be him and LeBron could be on the court at the same time, unless Melo get the spot up game going in the corner like he do sometimes. But I think that he was LeBron's sub. He could do a lot of play at.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If he go to LA, I wouldn't put him on the same court. I wouldn't put him on the court with LeBron. I would use him as that as their alternate option. When LeBron come out, you throw Carmelo in that way. He can play with Anthony Davis in that way because you know Carmelo Anthony is a ball stopper. And when he get the ball, everything stops. Like,
see, if they got Melo, I think it would help the Lakers because like they like to keep that AD in and that third quarter longer than I think they should. I thought that was one of the Lakers' biggest problems this year. Like they had sub Bron out, then they had AD in by itself longer than I feel like they should have. And I feel like that hurt them winning games late in the fourth quarter in the playoffs also because like, man, AD you got to give him some rest, man, so him and Bron could take over that fourth quarter and put them babies to bed.
Speaking of the Lakers, Jared Dudley free agent. Dennis Schroeder free agent. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I think he got a player option.
I think he got an unrestricted.
With that being said, the Lakers got a lot of free agents. Got kicked out the first round last year. They was looking to try to make a move. You heard Dame talks out there. You hear Chris Paul talks out there. You hear Kyle Kuzma trades. But they really tied up. Don't have a lot of money. What can LA do so they could be relevant again next year?
Call Snoop Dogg in the Mafia. Yeah. Hey, put that call in so they can threaten Portland into trading Dame Lillard.
Hey,
you know, that's how they do it in the NBA, man. They ain't making these trades straight up. There's some behind the scenes stuff.
Hey, listen. And my bad, y'all. I messed his name up last time. Sammy Amusing or whatever. Dame's on the way. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all.
That's straight up cheating. I don't think Dame could come to Portland, man. That ain't right.
Hey, listen.
I mean, I don't think Dame could come to LA.
Hey, man, they got to make it happen, man. That's all I'm going to say, man. They make that happen. I feel like if they make that happen, I think Melo would come and take a pay cut and whatever. Like, but I ain't going to lie. If I was the Lakers, out of that group of people you just said, though, I'd probably only bring back Caldwell-Pope.
Yeah, a lot of people got a fan of Caldwell-Pope. I like Caldwell-Pope because I think he do what he there to do. He not consistent with the shooting, but he give you another perimeter defender, and they so weak on perimeter defense.
Facts.
Hey, if you don't get Dame Lillard in there, you ain't gonna have a healthy LeBron too much longer. LeBron has become the second or third option. You need to get another superstar in there can carry the load. I think LeBron still will be the finisher. I think he's still gonna be the muscle when it's time to go get money. But he can't pull a team from the front for the whole season in the playoffs no more. You got to get another superstar.
And with that being said, also what I didn't like that the Lakers did was like Schroeder really won that point guard that the Lakers needed. Like the Lakers needed, I wish they would have kept Rondo because late in the game, Bron trying to run the one and get into position to score the ball like that ain't realistic, man. Like I hated the fact that the Lakers ain't try and get Rondo a little hard. I know he made it wanted a little more money or whatever, but man, I would have kept Rondo instead of going to get Schroeder, man.
Yeah, we covered it. We covered this last weekly, last Friday actually. Darrell, I just want to get your opinion on this. Shams from the Athletic, Shams Sharamia. I think Shams Sharamia for the Athletic, good reporter. I read a lot on him. He reported that Philadelphia is testing Ben Simmons trades, and they say that Golden State is very interested in Damian Lillard and Ben Simmons. I'm wondering what's your thoughts on that, and do you think that the
hot take? I got a hot take.
Yeah, he got a good one, man.
I got a hot take. I told Dwight earlier, I got a hot take for you, bro. You know what the trade gonna be? I'm gonna say it here first, man. Of course, I have exclusives, man.
I'm listening.
It's gonna be Ben Simmons for Kyrie Irving. Ben Simmons for Kyrie Irving. That's the trade.
He crazy. He is crazy, man.
Oh,
hey, think about it. Hey, think about it. It's good for both teams. Don't nobody lose. You get Kyrie and Joel together. You got the inside out. You got Ben Simmons who can run the point guard position. And I bet you, Giannis winning this championship gonna help Ben Simmons out a whole lot because Ben Simmons is very similar to Giannis, bro. Very similar. So I think he's gonna start playing that bulldog role. But if he can be the point guard, set people up, I think he's gonna be a nice fit when he make it to the.
So bad. For example, now let me see. You sent Ben Simmons to Brooklyn. Don't you think that will take James Harden off the ball? And I think Brooklyn is best with James Harden running that one.
the Nets next year. Yeah,
The
but I
Nets.
think Ben Simmons is a power forward, bro. I
Got you.
think
Okay.
Ben Simmons is a power forward. I think he can play. And I think the problem is James Harden need to get off the ball some. He need to be just a two guard. He hold the ball too much. But I think that if you can interchange both of them with Ben Simmons the point guard sometimes and sometimes the power forward, I think they give you more versatility. It also give you a chance to have 3 7-footers on the floor, and you know who won a championship like that. That's when the Los Angeles Lakers won a championship because they had Paul Gasol, they had Andrew Bynum and Lamar Odom on the court at the same time, 3 7-footers. So it gave you and them dudes to play inside out, Paul and Lamar. So I think that with that you can get a big on the court that can catch lobs and all that, and can keep being on the court and KD.
That's nice.
Brooklyn Nets and Philadelphia. Hey, that's a good trade. I've never thought about that one. That's a good trade. That's a good trade. And the fact that Kyrie Irving is always hurt, Ben Simmons rarely got injury problems, contracts match up. That's not bad.
So let me ask y'all this. I got 2 questions to ask y'all, matter of fact. So let me ask, I'm going back to this. Y'all, do y'all think Philly want to take that risk, man? You want to bring Kyrie in Philly, and you don't know he may not even show up February 24th, 2022 to March 19, 2022. He may not show up them games. Like then you got him with Doc Rivers. Like, do y'all really want that?
You want me to tell you what? I think that Philly will do it because of who their GM is. Daryl Morey pulled the trigger on everything. He like to take chances. I think I was just reading it actually. In Houston, I think he made over 100 trades, like some crazy number. But Daryl Morey, that type of GM that take risk and take chances. So I think Daryl Morey, the type of guy that will pull the trigger and say, "Hey, all right, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, y'all out of here. Let me go get Kyrie and maybe." I don't know, Dinwiddie or something. Not saying, but like just Daryl Morey, that type of guy that'll play with them trades like that.
So you know, hey, White, it's a risk. It's a risk. Kyrie is a risk, man. He on some weird stuff lately. But if Ben Simmons put the pressure on him and say, like, get me out of here, then you really don't have no choice at that point. You got to take the best available. And Kyrie, when Kyrie show up, he arguably top 5 point guard in the game, right or wrong.
For sure. And arguably a lot of people bashing him about this season. There was a lot going on, but this was one of his best seasons for real, numbers wise.
Agreed.
I'm sure Giannis sent him a thank you card for sitting out. Kyrie wasn't hurt, man. He just didn't want to play. He could have played today.
Hey, all right. Dang, man, I got this. All right, now I got 2 more questions again. All right, so look, I'm gonna go ahead and ask this since you brought up Giannis. Giannis joked around about after he was saying he got to win one to leave or whatever. And last night he joked around. He said trade. Do y'all think Giannis leaving a year or two?
Hey, White. No, look, he out of there. Because right now he got success too early. The accolades building up. Remember my question at the beginning: where would he be at the age of 30? So you got to think about that. If Milwaukee don't make it back to if Milwaukee not competitive and making it back to the Eastern Conference Finals in the finals every single year, he out of there.
Right,
it's a done deal. He won one for him. Own nothing no more.
Yeah, and his contract, he got these last 3 years. He probably stay these last 3 or 2 and be up out.
And you know, it ain't even really gonna be Giannis. Sometimes it's about the people that's sponsoring you, your sponsorship, trying to get to that big market to become more bigger than what you already is. In Milwaukee, bro, people don't even know where that's at. So if he got a chance to go big market to a good team, I'm pretty sure he's gonna entertain it and possibly.
That's why I always say be looking out for Giannis to go to Miami. I think he's a Miami type player.
So, that's a good one.
It's just love Miami because the win. It's slow.
He definitely do. But that's that big market that he could use though for sure. Now let me ask you.
Hey, I hope that you enjoyed this interview. But before we get started, can you do me a favor? Press that button right there. Press the subscribe button for your chance to win free courtside takeover apparel. A shirt of your choice. Even a hat. So, thanks for listening to the podcast. Hope that you press that button I said and subscribe. Enjoy.
So yeah, where do y'all think Spencer Dinwiddie gonna land, man? Because to me, he one of the top players that's actually on this free agent list. He a key piece to me. I feel like he'll go to a contender and really help out. What do y'all think about Spencer?
I think Dinwiddie, I think he'll help a lot of people. I think a lot of people might be scared to take a chance on him. You know, when every time it comes to an ACL injury, people be shaky. People be like, I don't want to take chance on him. But I think the way technology and stuff set up now, I don't know. I think he'll make somebody, he'll be a nice point guard, backup, or starting point guard for a nice team. I think he's really underrated. But I think what's going to make Brooklyn so hard to keep him is he going to want to get paid.
See, I ain't gonna lie. He want to leave, man.
You think he want to go?
Yeah. I think he wants to go. Like he 28. He still got a little under his belt. You know, like I think Dinwiddie want to get out of Brooklyn. I don't think he like really playing with Hart. Like you got to think with Hart and Kyrie, he ain't really seeing the floor too much there. I think he want to get out of there.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, what about him in a place like Phoenix?
I don't like him in Phoenix either because they got Devin Booker. They got Mikal Bridges. Like that, I don't think Phoenix would be the spot either. I see him somewhere like, what's so crazy, man? I don't know why that just came across my mind. I could see him in Memphis.
Memphis?
I could see him in Memphis.
Where is he fitting when your point guard is Ja Morant and Dylan Brooks? That's a backcourt, and I like that young backcourt.
I like it, but Dinwiddie could come off that pine, man. Dinwiddie, I don't think he one of them guys that's like, oh, I gotta start, you know. I like him in Memphis. It helped add a little depth to their roster.
Definitely.
I'm trying to think who else would he fit well with.
I like Memphis. I don't know why I want everybody to go to New York, but I think New York need a point guard. Bad.
New York need a point guard, but I think New York main focus should be 2 and 3. And okay. they need a 1, 2, and 3 for real. So if Chris Paul wasn't to go there, but Dinwiddie more of a 2 guard.
Now let me ask you, what is Denver? You know, they made a run last year. Everybody said they would have went further with Jamal Murray. Y'all see what is Denver?
Denver is a contender.
Can you honestly say that though?
Yeah, I can.
Without no real wing like I think if Michael Porter make that leap, I think Denver. I still don't see when it comes down to it. When it comes to them playing either one of the LA teams, the Clippers or the Lakers, they still don't have no wing defender to guard Kawhi, Paul George, LeBron, even Anthony Davis. Because I think Jokic. Oh my God, Anthony Davis killed Jokic every time.
I give you that he definitely do. But I think they a contender until further notice because like with Jamal Murray, man, that team a different breed. Like it's just they get going. They do need a wing though for sure. They need a true wing like Michael Porter. That's cool. Like he'll develop a young wing, but they need like that veteran. That I ain't gonna lie, man. It'd be crazy to see go back to Denver, Melo, but I highly doubt it. But I don't know, man. They definitely need a wing. They wing spot. So man,
I love to see Melo in Portland. I mean, I love to see Melo back in Denver or New York. To be honest, I love to see Melo in either one of those locations.
I don't want him to go to back to New York, just for the simple fact Julius Randle there.
Okay.
I feel like they really want to do something around Julius, especially after this year he just had. Even though he ain't really do too much in the playoffs, but
now we're gonna cover a topic we really didn't get to cover, but it was buzzing in the media for a while. Then we're gonna get on up out of here. The Rachel Nichols situation. But I think it's big that we talk about it. I don't think enough people covered it, and I think that ESPN played a role in not mentioning it a lot. You know, that's their job, that's their colleague, but. What do you think about the Rachel Nichols situation? In my personal opinion, she made some comments. she made some comments about, about that. Let's just run them for you.
Yeah, let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Hey, instead of hosting the NBA Finals, why did you endorse the silent reporter job for the NBA Finals?
So the NBA asked her, instead of hosting the meet, she got her. Rachel Nichols is the sideline reporter for the NBA. Every year she do the sideline commentating, but they asked her, instead of doing the sideline commentating, how you just host the NBA Finals. All right, let's go.
Because guess what that would clearly for? For Maria to do the hosting.
She said no, because that would clear the way for Maria Taylor to do the hosting full time. For anybody that listening, Maria Taylor is another analyst on ESPN who hosts the NBA games, but she's African American. Let's continue.
Yeah. So I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that.
She declined the offer because she didn't know what their move was. She felt that ESPN was feeling pressure because they wasn't having enough diversity in the front office.
And I'm trying to figure out like how to just, my thing is like I wish Maria Taylor all the success in the world. She covers football, she covers basketball. If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your like crappy long-time record on diversity, which by the way I myself know personally from the female side of it, go for it.
So she ended that by saying, if y'all feel like y'all need to give her more roles in a higher position because y'all suck at diversity, then go for it. All right, let me attack this. Personal opinion. I love Rachel Nichols. She's one of the best analysts on ESPN, if you ask me. But then again, she didn't say nothing wrong, in my opinion. I think where she went wrong at is when she said your little crappy because y'all trying to deal with y'all crappy adversity. I think that's where she went wrong. But be honest, you working at a job. The job you work at now, we not gonna tell everybody where you work, but your job you working at. I don't care if they was white, black, purple, pink, Hispanic. If somebody come to you and say, "Hey, we want to put somebody else in your position. Can you train them to do your job?" As a human, what would be your answer?
I mean, if they want me to train that person to move me up, then that's different. But just
agreed.
But to say just train them, just to do that. It could be like maybe they training me. Well, maybe they asking me to train them, so because they gonna put me on a different platform. So I mean, it's all about different baskets and however you feel me, you take it.
Yeah.
Some people take stuff different ways. Some people take it and just roll with it. I feel like I'm one of those people that got tough skins, or whatever you say something to me, it don't even matter how it come off, because I don't pay no attention, So I don't know. I don't think those comments bothered me as much as it bothered everybody else. I think the media just tried to blow it up just to attack somebody, And that's
I agree. I don't think nothing was wrong with what she said. Like I said, the only thing I think was maybe everybody probably looked at it as a problem, or everybody probably blew it out of proportion, is when she was talking about, just because y'all suck at y'all crappy diversity is not gonna be at the order of my expense. Okay, yeah, maybe that was a little wrong, but other than that, I think that Rachel Nichols feels what everybody else feel. I mean, I'm not about to. I was actually going through a situation with that at work. I'm not about to train you so you could come in and slide in and just, no, that's not how it's about to work. If it was genuine, we can do it. But I know that y'all ulterior motive is bigger than what it is. So y'all not about to use me as a puppet. And I think that's basically the same thing Rachel Nichols was saying. Y'all not about to just use me because y'all suck at that, not at my expense. So, I mean, me personally, I love Rachel. That's not the only reason why I say she did nothing wrong, but I don't think that it's what they made it seem. So that's my thoughts on it. I just wanted to cover that briefly. This is our third week on the weekly pod, and we still haven't touched on it. So it's just like my personal opinion of it. But we got Tune in Tuesday. We have one of the #1 players in the country on the podcast in the female division, Dariana Alexander, followed by one of the best coaches, Natty Elite, one of the top coaches in the city, the tri-state area, Ohio, in my opinion. So one of the best teams. So be tuning in, man. Me and Dwight been working. So tune in for more content, more podcasts. Like I said, if y'all want to submit, we still ain't got that number. I'm about to go on vacation, so we're going to get the number together. But still, y'all can email us for any questions at courtside2@gmail.com. Again, that's COURTSIDE 2 TO@gmail.com for any questions. We're going to answer them live on the podcast or leave a voicemail and we'll answer y'all questions. But until next week, Dwight.
And we out.
We out.